Jack. I will say it as many times as you need to hear it. I kissed Craig. And I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. You're obviously really mad. So let's just fight it out then and get it over with.
You think I want to fight about what, Carly? I mean, you admitted that you kissed Craig and you said you were sorry, so what is there left to talk about?
You could start with what you're thinking right now and are too mad to say. You could tell me why you didn't blow up at me down at the station, but just took off instead. You could tell me where you went.
I went to see Craig.
What did he say?
He didn't say all that much. He was too busy falling down.
Why? What happened?
I beat the living daylights out of him.
You just waltzed into Craig's apartment and you pummeled him?
Oh, no, he was still at Java Underground.
You fought him in public?
I wouldn't really call it a fight. I hit him a couple times. He went down. He tried to get up, and I kept hitting him until he stayed down.
My God, Jack. Is he hurt?
I certainly hope so.
Where does this come from? Where does this violence come from?
Where does it come from? Where does it come from, Carly? The man kisses you, you slap him. He kisses you again, you slap him again. He kisses you again, and then you kiss him back. Is that how it happened?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what am I missing here? You live here with me, and you say you love me, right?
I do love you. You know I do.
Yeah, then how many times does Craig get to mess with that? How many times does he get to run into you and tell you that you're the woman of his dreams? How many times does he get to look at you and undress you with his eyes before I get to say anything, huh? Do I have to catch him in my bed before I really get to explore?
That would never happen, Jack.
Yeah, well, then what? Kissing him should have never happened, Carly, but it did.
Then why do you go and beat on him, Jack? Why don't you lay into me? Just how furious with me are you?
Sorry I blew up like that. Maybe I should take a walk and cool off.
So what happens the next time Craig looks at me cross-eyed? Do you put your fist through a wall or knock down a couple of beams, Jack?
He didn't just look at you, Carly.
I know. I also know that I shouldn't have told you that he kissed me.
Oh, come on. Own up. The only reason you came clean was because Holden and Rosanna walked in on you. Otherwise, I still wouldn't know.
Why do they have to do that? Why couldn't they have just stayed wherever the heck they were, and then I could have kept this whole embarrassing non-event to myself?
Oh, so you can start filling another list of what you keep from me?
No. Because the last thing in the world I want you to do is risk your career because of me.
Well, that's what you're so worried about? My job?
Yes.
And my job is what's keeping you wondering about whether or not Craig is hurt? Help me out with that one, Carly, because try as I might, I just can't wrap my mind around it.
If Craig is hurt, Jack, he could press charges. And if he does that, they could take your badge. You could lose everything. I should go and talk to him.
No, you are not going to go plead my case to Craig Montgomery. He wants to ruin me with the department. Fine, let him.
Don't think I don't know why you pounded that man to a pulp tonight, because I do. Your ego told you that you couldn't possibly let him get away with it anymore. You had something to prove to him, just like I did. I didn't mean that.
It's out there, isn't it? As you're so gung-ho about getting everything out in the open. Tell me, Carly, tell me, what were you trying to prove by kissing Craig tonight?
I misspoke.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's one thing for me to go after Craig and try to prove that I can kick his butt. But what about you? What were you trying to prove?
Nothing.
No. Let's break it down, shall we? Let's see. What does a kiss prove? Affection, attraction, love,
oh, come
right?
on, Jack. I do not love Craig.
Oh, so you just want the man, then?
No.
No, but you proved it, didn't you, when you kissed him? You proved it to him and to me. What's it gonna take to convince you?
You make it sound like I thought this through. But I didn't, Jack. I was just reacting. Craig was talking trash like he always does, telling me how boring and mundane my life is now, and I hate it when he does that because it's simply not true.
Still, he made you wonder, didn't he? And because you wondered, just had to have one last taste. Just to see, just to know for sure. Well, tell me, was it as good as he promised?
I don't want Craig, Jack.
You're avoiding the question, Carly. Was Craig's kiss as good as he promised?
I love you. Jack, I love you. One kiss, it doesn't change that.
You know why that kiss was so important to you? You know why you had to have it? It's like the apple that you're forbidden to taste. It's like the door you're not supposed to unlock. You know what I mean? You know why I know this, Carly? I've been there before with you. We've both been married to other people, met for secret kisses, and weren't they amazing?
You and I are what's amazing, Jack.
But if we get married and are committed and legal, that passion that we feel that makes us, it's not gonna be as taboo anymore, is it? It's not gonna be so intense every time we get together. I mean, sure, there are gonna be times when it's as hot as the first time we made love, but I mean, there are gonna be times, Carly, when we're tired, or the phone rings, or the kids are screaming, and it's times like that that the Craig Montgomerys of the world can slip in.
Don't you think I know that?
No, I can't tell you what to feel. All I know for sure is that, on my part, the love will last. Only you can decide if you feel the same way. I will love you forever, but if that means I have to constantly be worried about whether you're bored or curious or want to test the waters with another man...
You don't have to worry about that, Jack. What happened with Craig was a fluke.
An accident?
Yeah, if that means something that wouldn't ordinarily happen, then yes. An accident.
Then tell me, my love, why does that keep happening over and over?
What would you like me to do? Would you like me to go to Craig and force him to pack his things and move back to Montega? Would you like me to scurry off in the other direction whenever I see him coming?
No, I was thinking more along the lines of you not allowing yourself to drift back into his orbit.
It's a small town, Jack. Craig thinks he's the center of it. There are times when it's bound to happen that I will enter his orbit. But I can be more careful. I can handle it.
Well, how are you gonna do that, Carly? Same way you did tonight?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I can't. Maybe I cannot handle Craig Montgomery anymore.
What changed?
Me? I keep waiting for things to feel normal again. To put the spa and Weston and all the time that you and I lost, to put it in a box somewhere, someplace where it can't hurt me. I just want to move on with my life.
You say you want to move on with your life. Why do you keep letting Craig lure you into his?
Because it's familiar. And Craig started in with me. It was like, I thought, Craig never changes, you know? And if I could just feel something old and recognizable, maybe I could start being myself again.
Well, did it work?
Yep. A little too well. Because when Holden and Rosanna walked in, I had found myself in a very familiar place. Carly Tenney, town tramp. although I hadn't been there for quite some time. It was very familiar. And I knew that drill, you know. Does any of that make sense at all?
Well, it was something that you knew. But is it something that you want?
No. I don't want that, and I don't want Craig.
Why can't it be me, Carly? Why can't I be the guy that you find that familiar place with?
Because you've changed, too. And before you try to deny it, look at your hand.
Carly?
Look at the phone that you smashed. The temper you can barely control. Jack, you are not the man who kissed me goodbye in December. Admit it. And it's not just your temper. You won't talk to me.
What has this evening been?
A litany of mistakes. Me talking about what's bothering me. What about you?
Well, it's not my past that's rearing its ugly head.
Oh, no? Why don't you talk to me about what happened with Julia?
What is the point in going there, Carly?
I'm not gonna press you. I know you're gonna deal with it however you have to. But we both have to deal with the fact that we have changed in the last few months. We are different people.
Okay, we've both been through hell and back. But one thing hasn't changed. I still want to spend the rest of my life with you. Anya, okay, you say I don't talk? Well, here, I'm gonna say something else. You better listen up with everything you got. What I feel for you is as fiery and as passionate as whatever Craig claims to feel. And you're right, I did have something to prove tonight. I wanted to prove that I love you as deeply and as passionately as Craig thinks he does. That's why I hit him.
You silly man. If you wanted to prove that, all you had to do is kiss me.